Hello, my name is Winston Chu, and this is my 15112 turn project. For my project, I did Hearthstone, a card game originally created by Blizzard Entertainment. Alright, let's get started. The first thing you'll see is the menu screen. From here, you can choose to either play the game or read up on some instructions if you've never played before. So for those of you who've never played Hearthstone, here are the instructions. You choose one of 9 heroes for yourself and your enemy. Since this is a card-based game, there are pre-made starter decks to choose from, or you can choose to build one yourself from scratch using the available card collection. Once the game starts, you and the enemy start at 30 health and can have at most 7 minions on the board and 10 cards in hand at a time. The goal of the game is to play cards and reduce your opponent's health to 0 before yours hits 0. Now let's play the game. First off, let's choose a hero. We'll choose the mage and we'll build a deck for the purpose of this video. However, note that you can also choose to play with a pre-made starter deck if you don't want to make your own. Here you can choose neutral and class-specific cards. Here are neutral cards available to every class. And here are the class-specific cards for the mage. Now I'll build a deck and start playing the game. Okay, now that the deck is built, we can choose our enemy hero. We'll choose to play against a druid. This is the mulligan phase of the game, where we can choose to keep the cards shown or replace them if we don't want them in our starting hand. The game starts off with 1 mana, and we want to play cards early, so ideally we want low mana cost cards in our hand at the start of the game. Here we have a 1 mana card and a 2 mana card, which are good for our start, but we don't want this 5 mana card because we won't be able to play it till later, so we should replace it. Simply clicking on it will change its card outline from green to red, which indicates that this is the card that we want to replace. Now the card has changed. We start off with 1 mana, and we have a 1 mana minion in our deck, in our hand, so that we will just play that. Now that we can't do anything else, it's time to end our turn. The AI went, but they did not have any moves to make, so they simply passed their turn, as shown in the AI actions text box right here. We can play this minion because it costs 2 mana and we have 2 mana to spend. So we will simply summon it onto the board. Now, when minions are summoned onto the board, they cannot attack immediately unless they have charge, which is why their outline still remains black. However, this minion was played a previous turn, so we can attack with this minion because his outline is green. So we simply click on the minion and click on the target that we wanted to attack. In this case, we would attack the enemy hero because he has no minions for us to kill. As you can see, his health went down by 1 because our 1 attack minion hit our enemy hero. Now we can end our turn because we are complete. We are done. Okay, I have fast forwarded to the end of this game for the purpose of saving time. I have lethal right now, which means that using the minions on the board and the cards in my hand, I can kill off the opponent and effectively win the game. However, I will not do that, and I will let him live a few more turns to show you how the AI works. Notice how I have this new box here that says spell damage +1. It is because of this minion on the board that says spell damage +1 that I have that. That effectively increases the damage of all my spells by 1. In my hand I have 2 spells, Fireball and Frostbolt. I will show you how spell damage works. Normally, Frostbolt only deals 6 damage as seen right here. However, with the +1 spell damage it will deal 7, and I should be able to kill off this 4/7 Archmage here. Good. His health went down to 0 because he had 7 health and my Fireball did 7 damage, and now he is dead and effectively off the board. Now I will attack the hero and end my turn, and then we will see what the AI will do. Okay, I ended my turn and the AI ran. Now we see a bunch of text in the AI actions box that lets me know what the AI did, because it was not animated. Here we see that the Dragonling mechanic, which was previously on the board, attacked my Lord of the Arena and died, which is why it is no longer there. It also summoned the Novice Engineer and drew a card, because that is what its battle cry says it does. Now, I will effectively end the game. I will just drag these to his face, and then the game will be over. As such. That is my 112 turn project. Thank you for watching.